Yo, Shamsi, what's the deal, my brother?
Hey, my brother, it's always a pleasure to join you here on this amazing platform. As always, man, bridging cultures from the USA to the UK to Africa to the Caribbean. And
UK, Caribbean, Africa, US, Caribbean, the whole vibes. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be like Vybz Kartel. I'm gonna give that a pause to give it some space. Now,
deserves it.
if you're familiar, Vybz Kartel just finished being here in the United States, in Brooklyn, right? So he hasn't been in the United States for 20 years, and he's been in prison for 14 years, right? So his return to New York in Brooklyn, you know, Brooklyn is the Caribbean. If you touch Brooklyn, you are in the Caribbean. If you was never born in the Caribbean or have no lineage but grew up in Brooklyn, you are from the Caribbean still. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So Vybz Kartel got a chance. He came out. He had one night that he was doing at the Barclays Center, but it sold out so quickly and so well that they extended it to 2 nights, right? I was able to be live in the audience for the first night. But before I even get to the concert, bro, we had a chance to sit down with Kartel that week that he was here. Now, Vybz Kartel has had tons of controversy around him throughout the years and things of that nature. And we was able to ask him a couple of questions. One of the questions that I asked him was, first of all, you know the song Fever? Fever. He recorded that while he was in prison. So we said, look, how did you record that in prison? Like, what kind of access did you have? Like, how did you make this happen, bro? This is what he said.
In my cell, we have like the mattress.
Okay.
So you have to kneel down on the bunk bed, which is concrete, put the mattress in front of you, wrap it over your head, right? So I have two phones. One of the phones, a head plug, earplug
Yes,
is in
yes,
it.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
that plays the beat. And then the other phone records the vocals a cappella. So I'm on the beat, but it's going in a cappella. So
And you're
you
using
can
the mattress
As a
to
sound.
to sound. Yeah. And then I
Oh
got
my
the
God.
other prisoners outside looking if the officers are coming. So I'm like recording like this. Fever. Looking at the spot. Next line. Look again. So, but I mean, now I'm laughing. Then it was stressful as
course.
hell.
Yo, bro said he was covering under a mattress and blanket, bro.
A lot of the people that have fallen in love with Vybz Kartel over the last 10 years have fallen in love with music he made whilst he was locked up. The perception, like you said, was that there was some secret studio in there, that he was recording in there, and everybody's mind completely blew when we found out the mechanics that went into recording his music in studio underneath having somebody watch out for him.
He looking for the guards and making sure, and you know what I'm saying? Dance with me, baby.
But again, what that tells us is that when people have a passion, when they believe in something, they're going to go to the end of the world to try to create, especially artistically. And even though the circumstances were not great, look at the amount of music he made whilst he was in prison. He had collaborations even across with Afrobeats artists like Wizkid whilst he was there. He released
Right.
music exactly with the likes of Stonebwoy, the list goes on. So to listen to that story was just like my mouth was completely wide open. One of the things I've loved about Vybz Kartel since he's come out of prison is the way he has been speaking nothing but positivity about every topic. Not only about the music he's listening to, the likes of Masika, the artist from Jamaica he's trying to put a spotlight on. You also asked, in my opinion, one of the most crucial questions to Vybz Kartel in the last 6 months. You know what that was? That was about the bleaching cream.
Bleaching. And the thing is, you know, Vybz Kartel was big on the bleaching, and he came out very melanated and brown. So we had to address it. Check this out.
In hindsight, I think it definitely had to do with self-love. But on the other hand, while I was doing it, my mind wasn't telling me that. My mind was telling me, oh, I'm doing this to show my tattoos because I got a lot of tattoos, blah, blah, blah. But looking back, I think it was just, as a black man, sometimes you have those issues. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I would never bleach again, though.
When you say as a black man you have that issues, can you expand on that?
I mean, we as black people, we all have that issues. You know what I mean? Like
complexionism,
yeah,
colorism.
complexionism, colorism. Like even with black women, the hair, like, you know what I mean? This, if Laura cut her hair, she could sell it to a black woman right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have that issue. We like light skin and
white supremacy has done a job.
That Eurocentric look.
There you go.
Black people have always wanted to look like that. I guess it has to do with slavery and the whole thing.
Well, then the crazy part, plot twist, they want to get curlier hair
and be tan.
Yes.
And be tan.
And that big thing
and
behind
then they want the body.
Yes, they want the body and the lips. Yeah. I mean, I guess the grass is greener on the other side.
The ass is fatter on the other side. Now, by the way, also, I do remember. I distinctly remember you calling in to me and Cypher's show.
Yes.
When the skin bleaching thing was crazy.
Yes.
And there was also, I believe, there's also part of Kartel that loves to troll the world. Yes. Like you do get excitement out of seeing the people go crazy. Because I remember we asked you, like, what are you doing? And you were just kind of like, I don't know. But everyone's talking about it. It gets the people going.
It works. I mean, shock value is good too. But once you say, okay, this is shock value. Now people are looking. Now you need content. You need to deliver. So I guess that's the thing with Vybz Kartel. I've done a lot of shock value stuff over the years, but I've always been able to back it up with the music. So it's not just he's bleaching. No, we delivering hit songs. We you know what I mean? We doing the thing. So.
Well, you look fantastic. You look like a healthy, good version of
Thank
yourself.
you. Yeah. I'd never bleach again. Like, nah.
That's the best question. Like, I hit you up right after I saw that interview, and I'm like, thank you for asking that question. What made you ask me though?
Because, I mean, you know, and I had some reservations. I'm wondering, like, will he be sensitive about this topic? You understand? Like, Vybz a big dude, man, and he have a lot of people that love him. And if you offend him, they can become your enemies. So I was like, but it's something that the people want to know, and I wanted to know. So I said, you know what, let's see if we can just tap into this a little bit. And interestingly enough, he was like, look, man, I'm done with that.
Very receptive.
Done with the bleaching, and when I asked him to expand on that, because he said, black people have tons of issues and things of that nature, he was just like, he's proud to be who he is. He's comfortable in his skin. He said he liked controversy, and a lot of the bleaching was also because he liked people to see the unexpected from him. So he likes shock value. So tattoos and all of the things, and the bleaching was a part of maybe an insecurity that he realized now may have been a thing back then, but also there was a shock value piece to it. And for him to say now that he is completely comfortable in his skin, he's not looking for no shock value. And I think that's because the way he sees that the world is embracing him, that he can say, you know what, people just love me for me. I don't have to be no certain way. You know what I'm saying? So, it was amazing to see.
Vybz Kartel, yes, he spread a lot of love and positivity since he's been out, but he's also done something that a lot of people might have realized in his music, but never got from him personally. That is, express how intelligent he is. He hasn't shun away from any question. He's been very expressive. He's been very informative, very educational, and very inspirational at the same time.
All of that energy made me very excited when I knew I was going to get a chance and I'll go to the concert. So now check. The first night, he's in there, sold out. I'm there the first night. He comes out to, the Akon tune. Akon, the illegal alien, and he comes in with the Saba Ranks remix and all of that. Fur coat, white jacket, energy. The whole crowd is just raw, screaming energy. And it was just one of them things that even if you're not a big Vybz Kartel fan, you wanted to be there for this because this was more of a legendary kind of evening and night, something to experience if you love reggae culture and Caribbean culture. This was something that you had to be present for. He delivered on a whole nother level. So now he had a couple of special guests. Busta Rhymes came out, big up to Busta Rhymes. But one of the special moments too was when he did the collaboration piece with Space. Check this out right here. Need I say more? So they brought out the two thrones. You saw the two thrones. The king and the queen of dancehall on the big screens. And she came out, and you know her body nice. Big up to Spice. She come out doing a lap dance. The man just a cool out and just, and Spice giving him a lap dance as a romping shop kid. Every man grab a girl. Yo, it was just a great energy in the place, and I loved it. You saw him kind of standing here in all his glory. There was like ticker tapes and things blowing through the air. You know, he also did the tune Fever.
Speaking about concerts and the height of his career, we have a replica here in the UK with Burna Boy, not necessarily UK, but in Europe. Burna Boy headlined the biggest stadium in Paris, Stade de Paris, which is like 81,000 capacity for football and can go up all the way to 100,000 capacity for concerts. It was a night to remember. This is a man that has come out from Nigeria to start doing shows in London, gone to America, toured the Caribbean. He's done a stadium in Paris like 2.5 years ago, 40,000. And then moved to the biggest stadium. This night was incredible. It has some of the biggest French stars on stage, like Dadju, the guy that has the biggest record in the Francophone community from Haiti, Joe Filet. That record was actually, the remix was also premiered on Hot 97, by the way.
Yes. You know, the tune Friday, right?
Yes.
Yo, I love that tune.
Exactly.
You know how many listeners, 197, appreciate that we keep bringing this culture forward, playing tunes like that. Because a lot of people aren't familiar, and, you know, big up IET and the whole massive, they calling in to translate for us and stuff. So, continue. So
that was big.
That was amazing.
So he brought, you know, Joe Filet on, representing Haiti. He brought Dadju on, representing France and Congo. He brought Charlie Poppy, who has the biggest Afrobeats record at the moment in Lahore, on stage as well in front of the fans. And that was the first time that we knew that there was a Burna Boy remix of that record because they performed it on stage. Now, after that amazing night that blew up in Europe, he crossed over to Manchester at the brand new Co-op Arena, which is 20,000 capacity, just 2 days after that, and did the same thing. Shut it down, sold it out, brought out Charlie Poppy on stage, brought out Joe Filet on stage again in Manchester. You know, this is Burna Boy at this moment. He's without doubt one of the leading lights of African culture, period. This is the man that has toured stadium in the Caribbean. He did the National Stadium in Jamaica, the National Stadium in Trinidad and Tobago, the National Stadium, I believe it was maybe St. Kitts or something. This brother continues to push the boundaries, not only musically, but also just live performance-wise, carrying Africa on his back. And this recent performances now puts him, without doubt, you know, the question is out of the, you know, way now. This is one of the Mount Rushmore of Afrobeat music when it comes to the 20th, you know, century. There's nowhere we've got.
You're declaring it. There's no other way. You're declaring it.
Bro, you have to say.
I respect it.
What Burna is doing and has done in the last 4, 5, 6 years has been nothing but historic, which I personally believe will be very, very hard to follow. He came from another city called Port Harcourt into Lagos. Lagos is like the New York City or the LA. And, someone coming from Houston trying to get into the New York market, you know how that feels like, where the New York rappers might be like, yo, man, we don't get any play. Where's this guy? So he said he faced a lot of that. But I think at this point, his talent, his, energy, his gift, his position is undeniable. And he has proven that back to back.
And you stand on the Mount Rushmore of Afrobeats.
Facts, without doubt.
Top level and culturally.
Facts, without that. He is, without doubt, one of the staple faces on that Mount Rushmore that has taken Afrobeats and Afropop culture to the next level globally. This is a Grammy Award winning Afrobeats artist. This is a Grammy Award performing Afrobeats artist. This is an artist that performed at the All-Star, NBA All-Star basketball. He performed at the halftime show. This is the Afrobeats artist that performed at the Champions League halftime show. The list goes on and on and on. He's done a lot.
So I wanna create some controversy around you real quick. If Burna Boy is on the Mount Rushmore, who's your other three?
Mount Rushmore Afrobeats music. There's gonna be Burna Boy. There's gonna be Wizkid. There's gonna be Davido, and my wild card would be the Banj. The Banj changed the game for us. The Banj elevated Afrobeats to the next level. Him alongside his brothers Don Jazzy, they changed the music landscape. The Banj had the first global viral hit from our culture. I'll put him in there. There's going to be a lot of conversations, people.
Yeah. Nah, we want the people, let them come in and bring it in. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put the Banj in there.
Okay, because the thing is, of course somebody gonna say, no, how you gonna have a Mount Rushmore without Fela? But you exclude him, we bring in modern day, you bringing it up to a certain era.
Yeah.
One of those people that you have on that Mount Rushmore, Davido.
Yes. Davido.
So now,
listen, Davido just dropped his brand new album and he's been running up and down, performing around the world. LA, Atlanta, New York, London, Paris, and of course Lagos, Nigeria, promoting this brand new album titled 5. He recently sat down with the OG Ebro and had an intimate conversation, talking about the album, talking about the makings of the album, the challenges he's had in the past, some of the interesting conversations around his friendship and partnership with Chris Brown. And let's hear him talk about a potential Chris Brown joint project and tour. Let's listen.
You and Chris Brown got this Titanium joint. Let's play two of your Chris Brown joints. What's your biggest Chris Brown joint?
The Sensational.
Sensational.
Crazy how that record came out. It was we did 2 records at that time, and I chose the other record, and Chris chose Sensational. And
Which one did you choose?
We had another one, I forgot the name, but I think I still have it on my laptop. But we had the other one, but CB was like, Sensational is the one.
Well, you got, now was this Titanium done as a part of when you guys just hanging out recording?
Nah, Titanium was done when I was recording the album.
Got it.
Yeah.
Specifically for this. Mm-hmm. And there's a rumor circulating, maybe you started it, I'm not sure, I just read about it, that you and Chris Brown have like 20 songs done.
More. We could put out 2 albums right now.
And why hasn't that happened?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm just happy for Chris. I just feel like he's back in his bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 20 years, the Grammys last year. Like
Yeah.
he just deserves everything, and everything just happened so fast for him. So I told him I was gonna go on this tour.
Yeah, on the Breezy Bowl.
Yeah, Breezy Bowl.
20 years of Chris Brown.
Probably gonna pop out some days.
You should pop out here at MetLife Stadium, man.
Of course, go crazy. I popped out.
You heard it first on the Ebro Show. Davido will be on the Chris Brown Breezy Bowl, MetLife Stadium. Get your ticket.
But yeah, I really want him to have his moment this year.
Yeah.
And then obviously next year, you want to bank out the Africa tour, do a double continent tour, Europe, Africa,
US.
with the album, with the Davido and Chris Brown album, and do that too. So yeah.
So you think that's locked?
It's not, I think. it's locked. That's
It's
my brother.
happening.
Like that's not
2026.
bro. We don't talk to labels when we get stuff done with me and CB. Like it's done, it's happening.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Because
That's huge.
Chris Brown is doing stadiums and coliseums all now, arenas and all that. He's got I think a Breezy Bowl that's coming up on this side of the planet.
Even in
real
Europe.
soon.
Even in Europe.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing it. It's going to Europe too.
He's doing it in Europe too.
You throw that, and he's doing that by himself. You throw Davido, in the mix with that.
They've had
They've
had an amazing friendship over the last couple of years, and I've had, I think, about 3, 4, 5 collaborations that's been released. Sensational, blow my mind. They have the new one now. It's consistent. And now David said there that they probably have about 20 unreleased records, and a potential joint project is going to come. And if you look at what Chris Brown, the value that he's added to the Afrobeats and Afropop culture with his collaborations, it's unmatched.
It's very smart of Chris Brown to do this type of collaboration and be embraced by the continent.
And the great thing about Chris Brown is he started early. Chris Brown endorsed Wizkid in 2013 on 106 and Park. He mentioned Wizkid on that. And he's had a collaboration with Wizkid, multiple. Then he's gone to like Rema, Fireboy, and then, Davido. So looking at the growth of the genre, not only are we looking at the numbers of the young people in Africa, which is around 60% of the population, over 1 billion people, you're also looking into the tens of millions of Africans in diaspora, and then looking at the Afro-Caribbeans who listen to Afrobeats and Afropop music as a connection to their African roots. And as always, Bridging Cultures, we're here to bridge the cultures and just share our community and express our thoughts on what's going on in the culture. I can't wait to link up real soon. And again, keep it right here. Trace and Hot 97.
Yeah,
Peace out.
stay tuned, man. We got more information for you. Doses.
Yes, sir.